Welcome back to Colbertradio.com, and now we're going to do radio. Best radio program, non-political. It can have a little bit of politics in it. You can't avoid it. You know, if you're doing a news program, you're going to have to cover some politics. But the thrust of the program is not political. So you're not going to have like Sean Hannity or Mark Levin or people like that because they're all political. We have What Do You Know by NPR. You ever want to listen to it? Mm-hmm. What do you know? Not much. You? I love that. What's it? Michael Feldman. I love that show. Car Talk with Click and Clack. Boy, they darn near won it last year. Click and Clack. I love Car Talk, guys. When they can't figure out what's wrong with somebody's car, they say, have you tried changing out the floor mats? Things like that. And then they'll just laugh hysterically. Bob and Tom, syndicated.
That's
They were nominated last year, but they didn't win last year.
You might as well just not even say anybody else because it's Bob and Tom.
All right. Bob and Tom, Morning Buzz. We actually have a couple of local shows that made the Morning Buzz.
Bob and Tom.
A little politics is okay. The other one was actually Charleston Morning News, 94.3 with Kelly Golden. She's really chipper in the morning. But let's face it, not gonna be. Dave Ramsey, syndicate. Dave Ramsey does a lot of good. He helps people get out of debt. He teaches people how to get themselves out of debt, and people will like think that, my God, I'm never gonna be out of debt. And the next thing you know, if they just by doing what he says, 2-3 years down the road, they're going, oh my God, I'm completely out of debt. I've even paid off my house and things like this. And Dave Ramsey is, and he goes around, he gives lectures and stuff, and he basically shows people how to get their finances under control and shows them how empowering it is, how incredibly empowering it feels to actually have, I'm in control of it. Mm-hmm. And the problem is, if you borrow all the time, you never get a chance to actually accumulate wealth because it's constantly going out. Somebody else is accumulating the wealth. And he teaches you how to get by and learn to accumulate your own wealth and borrow from basically when you buy things, you're borrowing from yourself. And so the money stays with you, and it's not easy. But my wife and I have been doing this now for some time, and we are making some serious headway now. Mm-hmm. But what's really helped is the fact that I paid the last tuition for a certain someone, and my God, what a difference that makes.
And tomorrow is February, so February, March, April, and then classes are over then.
Mm-hmm. And you're out of college.
Yep, 3 months.
So, who do you think? You ever listen to Bob and Tom?
I don't listen to
Bob and Tom. It's got to be
won this year. Bob and Tom won this year. Woo!
I listen to satellite radio, so.
Oh, do you? We actually will go to the Bob and Tom comedy tours. They're very funny. They're usually like $30. The seats are great, and you really get a big bang for your buck at $30.
Speaking of comedy, Enrique Iglesias is coming to the Performing Arts Center.
Then you should really go and see him. Do you want to go see him?
Not by myself.
Well, I'll go with you. We'll get tickets or something.
Yeah, $45.
Best local radio news program.
I have no idea.
All right, we got the Morning Buzz, 12:50 a.m. Charleston Morning News, 94.3. Rocky D, 12:50 a.m. Rocky D. Fan Talk.
Awful referee.
Fan Talk at 9:10 a.m. And the Real Estate Show, which also comes on 12:50. 12:50 has several in here because 12:50 a.m. does a lot more local programming than the other stations do. For example, 94.3 does a lot of syndicated stuff. They get Rush Limbaugh and things like that, and Schnitt and people like that. So those are really not local stuff. What 12:50 does a lot of local programming because they have all those things. So what are you thinking there?
I have no clue.
Well, actually, we're giving this the Charleston Morning News.
Okay.
94.3 is winning best local radio program for the Charleston, South Carolina area. Congratulations to them. Then we have the best local radio host. And we have Rocky D.
No.
Bobby Harton. He's Fan Talk.
I know. Maybe.
Kelly Golden, again, 94.3. So you got to give a shit. And Richard Todd at 12:50.
I vote nobody.
No idea.
Well, actually, it'll be Richard Todd. Richard Todd will win Best Radio Host. Okay. He's pretty good. I've met him. He goes to many local things. I'm sure they all do. But I just think Richard Todd does a real journeyman's job. And you got to admire him keeping up with everything when you consider the things that this guy's going through these days. His wife has cancer again. And he's been through cancer. And they just keep this wonderful attitude. Oh, my God, her name is Mary. I met her. And I said, Mary. And he said, this is my wife, Mary. And I, oh, my God. And she smiled, started to laugh. I said, your name is Mary Todd. I just thought that was great. Okay, best radio news program, political. We have Mark Levin. No, he doesn't like my brother. No way I'm giving this guy
I
an
don't
award.
know who that is anyway.
Mark Levin, the great one. Get off my radio show. These guys are lovely. Michael Savage. See, yeah, get serious. Michael Savage, I'm sorry. I'm sure he's a fine fellow, but no way. These people are just too far out on the other side of me. Sean Hannity's got to be a contender. You guys, he's big. You may not like him. It's like Elvis Presley. I'm not a big Elvis Presley fan, but I recognize him as the king. You're the king. Just I'm not going to buy your records. Rush Limbaugh, the Elvis of Talk Radio. See, Laura Ingraham. She's a woman.
Is that Dr. Laura?
No,
Oh.
This is a different one. Laura Ingraham.
Oh.
She goes toe to toe. She'll substitute for like Bill O'Reilly, and she appears on the Don Imus show, which I don't understand why Don Imus is not on this. Imus in the Morning should be on this. It's a great program. Maybe he'll make it next year. Dennis Miller.
He has a radio show or something?
Dennis Miller has a syndicated radio show. If my brother didn't repeat, no chance Dennis Miller's going to repeat because he won in 2010. Then Alan Combs' Liberal Land. I've never heard it, but I like Alan Combs very much. And I also think he was very badly treated by some segments within the liberal establishment because he was on the show with Sean Hannity. And I heard people say awful things about him. I said, just because he was on the show, I said, well, at least he's going up against the guy. You know, what are you giving him a hard time for? But they didn't think he should have been on there. Didn't think he should have been on there at all. So who do you like?
I don't know. I don't.
I'm going with the woman.
Okay, Laura.
Laura Ingraham.
Okay.
A woman. We need to get more women involvement. You need your own show so that I can get you on here and get you nominated. I'm going to teach you how to do your own podcast.
Oh.
All right? Now, and then we have periodicals.
What time? Do we have time?
We have time for the periodicals. History Channel, National Enquirer, Washington Times, New Yorker, Consumer Reports, and the New York Times.
History Channel has a...
History Channel Magazine. I am a founding charter member and lifetime member of the History Channel Club.
Okay, say those again.
History Channel Magazine, National Enquirer, Washington Times, the New Yorker, Consumer Reports, New York Times.
I have a question.
What?
So do you have a decoder ring?
Not yet. I'm hoping.
They didn't give you one of those talismans?
They sent me all sorts of
They
things.
didn't give you one of those talismans that you put on the staff and stick it in the
I got
middle
the
of a
Civil War
room?
chess set.
Then you stick it in the middle of a room and then the sun shines through it and points the way to the
Not yet.
Ark of the Covenant?
Not yet, but I'm waiting.
Okay.
I'm gonna go with the National Enquirer.
Yes, the National Enquirer.
It broke like the John Edwards.
It broke the John Edwards show when the
yeah.
others wouldn't.
Mm-hmm.
You know, History Channel Magazine, really cool stuff. Love it. Best investigative journalism, shameful. This is shameful. Best investigative journalism in this country is being done by the National Enquirer.
Well, was it just that one story, though? I mean, have they?
I'm sure there's other stuff.
Okay.
The Washington Times, good newspaper. New Yorker, completely rude-proof. I mean, they're just too sophisticated for me. And Consumer Reports, very practical. New York Times, all the news that fits. Instead of fit to print. I have a problem with the New York Times.
Really?
Don't get me wrong. I recognize it's the king of newspapers. I understand that. I'm just not going to buy one. But no, yes, I you think like me. That's your problem. See, you think like me. National Enquirer. We're going to be right back with Colbertradio.com.